All right, let's dive in. Today we're tackling something, well, fundamental. It's about us, humans, and how we talk to each other. We're taking a journey, basically, from the first grunts right up to these smartphones we all carry.
Yeah, the history of human communication. It's often pretty surprising, sometimes downright peculiar. Our mission today, to sort of unpack how we've always found these ingenious, sometimes, let's say weird ways to connect. Consider this your fast track to getting your head around something we do every single day. We've dug into a whole bunch of sources, looking at everything from, carving grocery lists into stone, all the way to sending emojis. It's a wild ride.
And it really matters, doesn't it? Understanding this evolution, it shines a light on why we communicate the way we do now. It helps explain our habits, maybe even hints at future trends. And fundamentally, it just shows this deep, deep human need we have to share information, to connect. Okay, so let's jump right in at the very beginning, way back. Early humans, before proper language. We're talking caveman days. Back then, communication wasn't about, grammar or punctuation. It was much more primal. Gestures, faces, actual grunts. You can almost picture it, right? Like, probably meant watch out, tiger, and maybe was, oh no, Steve got eaten. It was all about, well, vibes and volume, really. Not exactly subtle.
Right, but what's amazing is just how effective that was for survival,
Yeah.
You see someone sprinting towards you, eyes wide, pointing, screaming. You don't need a fancy sentence structure. You get the message instantly. And, even today with all our tech, those nonverbal cues, they're still critical. A raised eyebrow, a shrug.
Totally. It says more than words sometimes.
Exactly. It adds layers of meaning. It taps into something really basic, really primal in us.
That's a great point. So, okay, from grunts and gestures, how did we get to something more, permanent? Let's fast forward, a few thousand years, to Mesopotamia around 3000 BC. This is where we start seeing actual written communication emerge, cuneiform. And it wasn't just drawing pictures, they were using a stick, basically, a stylus, to press these wedge shapes into wet clay tablets. Kind of ingenious, but here's the kicker, the really fascinating bit our sources point to. The first written messages, they weren't grand poems or, epic sagas, nope. They were practical, really practical. Tax receipts, lists of goods, who owed how many goats to whom. Seriously. So yeah, the first message wasn't likely, I love you. It was probably more like, hey, Nebuchadnezzar, you forgot the grain payment again.
Huh? Probably. And that shift, it's monumental. It's not just about sending a message. It's about recording information permanently. Think about that. Beyond tracking goats, this meant you could write down laws, track resources across generations, manage complex agreements. It changed everything. Power shifted, From the person who remembered things to the person who could read the record. It's basically the birth certificate of bureaucracy.
Yeah, bureaucracy and keeping track of who owes goats. Essential stuff.
Absolutely. It allowed for much bigger, more organized societies.
Okay, so you've got these permanent records now, but how do you get them from, say, Babylon to Thebes? What about long-distance stuff? Well, the Persians, around 500 BC, they're pretty clever. They set up this amazing postal system. Actual runners, relay stations, like an ancient FedEx, but with sandals and probably incredible endurance. But my personal favorite, homing pigeons. Seriously, pigeons. These weren't just any birds, they were trained. The original airdrop, you could say. Apparently pretty fast, free to use. Maybe a bit messy sometimes. And get this, figures like Julius Caesar supposedly used them for military messages. Imagine attack from the left flank arriving via pigeon post.
It's just fascinating, the creativity involved. Long before any technology as we know it, humans found these ways to bridge distance.
Yeah.
And the trust involved, relying on a bird or a runner for potentially life or death information. It really speaks to that fundamental drive to connect no matter the obstacle.
Definitely. What if the pigeon just decides to stop for a snack?
Right, the reliability question is huge. Which actually leads us nicely into the next thing, keeping messages secret.
Oh yes, secret codes. Because as soon as you can send a message, someone else might want to read it. The ancient Greeks had a cool method, the scytale. Ever heard of it? It was basically a wooden stick, a rod of a specific thickness. You'd wrap a strip of leather or parchment tightly around it, write your message along the length of the rod. Then, when you unwrapped it, the letters were all jumbled up. Total nonsense, unless you had another rod of the exact same diameter to wrap it around again. Simple, but pretty effective for its time.
Very clever.
Then, you fast forward centuries, jump to World War II, and you get the Enigma machine. Talk about complex. Rotating wheels, plugs, creating millions, billions of possible combinations for encrypting messages, famously cracked by Alan Turing and his team, of course. A huge moment. Makes you think, though. Today, maybe the closest most of us get is trying to guess the Wi-Fi password off the back of someone's router. It's like your own personal enigma challenge.
Huh. Well, maybe not quite as high stakes, but it does highlight this constant tension, doesn't it? This push and pull between sharing information and needing to protect it. It's been there since the *𝐡𝐤𝐬𝐿, right through Enigma, and is absolutely central to our digital world today with encryption and cybersecurity. It's an ongoing arms race, really.
An arms race, exactly. Okay, so from secret codes hidden on leather strips, let's make another massive leap to something that utterly changed daily life: the telephone. Alexander Graham Bell, 1876. Suddenly, you could actually talk to someone miles away, instantly. And those first famous words, according to the records, "Mr. Watson, come here, I want to see you," sounds almost anticlimactic, but imagine the impact.
Oh, completely revolutionary.
And phones themselves evolved so much, didn't they? We went from those old rotary phones, takes forever to dial. Remember that satisfying click, click, click? Then landlines, which were great, unless your mom or sibling picked up the extension mid-conversation. Awkward.
The worst.
And then cordless phones. Freedom. Until you lost the handset down the side of the sofa for 3 days.
Absolutely. But beyond the practicalities, the telephone marked this huge shift. Instantaneous, direct voice communication across vast distances. It changed personal relationships forever. Families could stay connected. Businesses could operate much faster. The world literally felt smaller, more immediate.
It really did shrink the world. And speaking of shrinking things, that brings us into the, let's call it the clunky but cool tech era, the 80s and 90s, fax machines. Pagers. Oh man, fax machines. Think about the logic now. You take paper, turn it into screechy dial-up sounds over a phone line.
That sound.
Right. And then it magically turns back into paper at the other end. It worked. It was kind of amazing then, but looking back, you just think, why?
It seemed essential at the time.
Totally essential. And pagers, remember pagers? Little box on your belt, it buzzes, shows a number, and then you had to hunt down a payphone to call back.
The height of cool for about 5 minutes.
Yeah, like a nerdy cowboy accessory. And then alongside that, we got the first taste of digital chat. AOL, MSN Messenger, logging on, the dial-up screech again.
Oh yeah, the chat rooms.
And the glorious invention of BRB. Be right back, which was, let's be honest, the universal code for I'm going to go watch TV or get a snack and might be back in 3 hours. Or maybe never.
Huh. The universal lie, absolutely. But you know, even with the clunkiness, that whole era shows this relentless human push for more speed, more convenience in connecting. Fax, pagers, early chats, they were all steps. Maybe awkward steps, but steps towards faster, easier communication.
Yeah.
They really set the stage for what came next.
Yeah, they paved the way for the absolute explosion, didn't they? The smartphone era, where we are now, and the scale is just mind-boggling. We apparently send more messages now in a single day than people used to send in their entire lives just a few generations ago.
It's incredible.
Texts, yeah, but also snaps, emojis, memes, voice notes, TikTok videos. We have so many ways to communicate now, often without even opening our mouths. It feels like we've almost come full circle in a weird way, you know? From grunts back then to sending a GIF now, it's still conveying something quickly, visually. But modern texting especially, it's its own language, isn't it? It's become this constant emotional guessing game. Like, does okay mean okay fine, or does it mean I am silently furious?
Right, the ambiguity.
Exactly. And okay, is that genuine excitement or just performative enthusiasm? And don't even get me started on okay, that's definitely trouble.
Passive aggression incoming.
Totally. And emojis. We use them in ways they were never intended. The crying face usually means you're laughing hysterically.
Sure.
A thumbs up can sometimes mean message received, acknowledged, and now I will ignore you. And, well, the eggplant emoji. Let's just tactfully sidestep that one.
Really wise. But it raises a really interesting point, doesn't it, about how communication evolves, how we adapt. We lose some things in digital communication, tone of voice, body language, but we gain other things, speed, reach. And we develop these new ways to signal nuance, like emoji use or punctuation choices. It's a constant negotiation, figuring out these new social cues, trying to avoid misunderstandings. And it makes you think about efficiency versus perhaps deeper connection.
Yeah. Is faster always better? That's a huge question. So looking back at this whole sweep, wow. Stone tablets to smartphones. It's pretty clear humans have always found ways to talk to each other. Sometimes hilarious ways, sometimes weird ways, sometimes genuinely brilliant ways. Using fire, using birds, using... dancing cat gifs.
It's an incredible story of adaptation and ingenuity. And thinking about this history, this whole trajectory, it naturally leads you to wonder about the future, right? Where does it go from here? Are things like, brain chips or direct neural links actually going to happen? Will we eventually just think a message and someone else just feels it instantly across the globe? And if we do get there, what new, weird, or maybe hilarious challenges pop up then? Think about privacy, think about clarity, think about the potential for information overload for you. It's fascinating to consider.
It really is. Definitely something to chew on. So we hope this deep dive gives you some food for thought, maybe makes you look at your own texts, emails, even your grunts in a new light. Until next time, consider this deep dive well concluded.